everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Crystal Beauty Show. Today, our host is Lauren. She's going to bring in the interview from Bamenda, Cameroon, guys. It's going to be fun. You don't want to miss it.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Crystal Beauty Show. I am Laureen, and today I have here with me a Cameroonian female film producer, Evita. Join me in welcoming her. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. It's Afungfege Evita.
Wow. How are you?
I'm doing well. And you?
I'm okay. Can you please tell us more about yourself?
Well, I'm a screenwriter and a producer and student.
Wow.
Yeah. So far, I think I've been working for over 5 years in the Cameroon film industry, and I'm at the. I'm currently taking a degree program at the University of Bamenda. That's studying communication and development studies.
So, what inspired you to get into film production?
Yeah, I won't say inspire per se, but I'll just say it's a recognition of a skill, and producing is a skill of organization, bringing together various aspects of filmmaking, directing, and the rest, bringing together, coordinating them, and coming out the product. So I just recognize that I have that skill, and there it goes.
So, how many movies have you produced so far?
Three.
Can you list them?
We have for Janet, we have in 72 hours, and most recently we have Mukala.
Wow. Can you tell us more about 72 hours just from the title?
But in 72 hours, it's about the Anglophone crisis, but from the perspective of the refugees. And it's kind of a campaign for peace, and it's kind of a movie that almost got me locked up. Yeah, and
So let's talk about Jeannette.
well, Janet's my first ever movie I produced. It's a short. It's about trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
This there was a time we had it was very rampant. We had girls that had to go to Kuwait and Dubai. They tell them in these countries and book them for house helps and the rest. But it turned out that it was sex trafficking and the rest. So it's just about that trafficking. They come into the village, take young girls that they're going to go and do
Yes.
house girl jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they get there, they realize that it's something else.
A lot of videos are trending about that. So, what challenges have you faced?
Well, everybody, every producer is going to say you face the first, which is financial challenges, and then support from family base. Because my family, we kind of education and agriculture. Right? So you go to school, you write in set or ENS, and then while you get a matricle, which is probably the most important thing these days. I don't really understand it. And then you start working the farm and decide to now guide you, and there's it. So, but then when you come like you want to go into film or anything entertainment, there's always somebody who has failed that they always use as a anti, just to stop you not to do anything because they feel like there's no financial returns from filmmaking.
So, tell us more about your education. You mentioned something like you're a student.
Yeah, I studied communication and development. The University of Bamenda. It's a 4 year degree program, but I'm in my third year, so I still have one more year to go.
Wow. So, let's talk about your skills in producing.
Okay.
An actor is being unprofessional. How can you handle this situation?
Don't cast them. As a producer, we are looking at where there's the money and the value. So if an actor is unprofessional, they should stay in one corner till they learn the professionalism as a whole, because I cannot be putting money in a project and you're not serious. You simply just keep them aside and move ahead.
Okay, so tell us about your communication style.
Communication style.
Yes,
In what aspect, please?
in producing, because you get to meet like script writers, actors, so you need to.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, for the three movies I've produced, it's fortunate that I wrote all of them. So it's kind of like lower cost. Cause I can't buy story for myself. So just write and then go through some of my mentors and then read. I rewrite till it's okay. The director and so on. Then we just shoot. And for the rest, it's about negotiating deals and payments and so on. So basically, what I handle bringing together each all of the parties that are needed for the film production and
Mm-hmm.
negotiating the prices and getting the camera level that we want and most importantly deciding what the film is for. Is it for TV? Is it for festivals or what? Yeah.
I can see you love reading novels.
Yeah.
She came in with her novel. Where's the novel?
I think it's over there.
Okay. So, what novel were you reading? Which novel were you reading?
Actually, this one is not really a novel per se, but at least a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert. The other name is difficult. Yes, something. It's mostly about financial management.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yes,
like you do a lot of reading. Can you list some of the books you've read?
that's my mom's fault. Well, when I was quite younger,
Mm-hmm.
I think she started. The passion in on writing. She's the one who made it. Say, she bought me a lot of novels. She banned me from TV
Mm-hmm.
and then started buying me novels. But the joke is on her because everything she banned me on TV was in those novels. And both Harlequin novels that had to do
Okay,
with
so when
topics that
you're
she didn't
reading,
want
you're
me
just
to read.
picturing.
Yes, and it started the imaginations ran wild
Mm-hmm.
right from childhood. So that's when I started with story writing and so on. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the exciting part in producing a movie?
When you sell that movie, really. But we haven't gotten that very, very exciting part because that's every producer. Every producer is a business person.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no need for you to produce something and then you're not able to make some financial returns from it. So I think that's the most exciting part about movie production.
Okay, so how do you earn a living and sustain a career doing what you love?
Well, I'm a student, so I don't earn a particular amount of money at the end of the month. But then, with filmmaking, uh, I write business proposals to get investors, executive producers, and sponsors from abroad and so on. So when they get to fund my projects and I shoot it and then I send it to them and they now put it on platforms and get little financial return from it. But it's not really that much.
Mhm.
Yeah, because first and foremost, the purpose of the all of my projects that I've shot wasn't meant for, let's say, really business. It was for festivals. So with festivals, you cannot really expect a certain amount of money. But then the good thing about it is, um, personally from my pockets, the money which I take out
Mhm.
is not as much as if I were to fund the entire thing, I would have. Yes.
So how do you make people want to see your movie?
Well, a good story sells itself. So just from the pictures and everything, people want to know what's happening and so on. And also, we got bloggers, we got influencers, we got friends and family, and they would like to share and everything. Yeah.
Do you prefer working independently or with others?
So you can't work independently in filmmaking. You must work as a team because it's bulky. The work is
Mhm.
bulky, both from the crew and the cast and everything. But then, if independently as a producer, then I'll prefer to be an independent producer than starting maybe being the manager of a production house where we then recruit actors and then start managing their careers and then struggle for them to get roles and you are so that's stressful. And rather just being an independent producer where you write your piece, you find a story, you write your business plan, and then you get investors, and then you cast, you bring the crew together, and then as soon as they're done, everybody goes their way. I think that's much easier.
So far, have you had any awards?
Well, yes, a couple of them. I think the Baventi Awards for producing in 72 hours also had almost an award. It's the very first edition for writing, and the rest is probably uh, nominations.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's nice.
best short films at the Red Feathers Awards in Yaoundé, and then yeah, one more award which is this at the script workshop that I came out overall best story pitching and storyline. That the Carl Sadafina Prize, and also came with some financial package.
So have you progressed in your career?
Well, there's no way you can be in the film industry and not progress after the experiences because things change, the levels and the expectations of people is gradually increasing, and the same work that you did 2016 cannot be the same level in 2018, 2019. Things are changing, the camera you have to use, the professionalism is changing. So yes, there has been a consistent increase or growth in my career, but then we are not really at the levels of the other people. Yes.
Wow, wow, it's getting interesting, but we have to take a quick break. But before we go, there are questions in there for you. I'm sure you can see you're quite tall enough. So when we come back, you're going to pick up three,
All right.
read out loud, and answer. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
I stumbled on an opportunity which I thought I was assured could change my life. Miss Linda, she said her name was. She could help me. With her honest smile and bright look was my conviction to accept her proposal. We talked. I was to continue school, and my dreams of becoming a teacher was just a stone throw of becoming a reality. From my village to the city was just an hour. Excited as I was when I arrived, the city was indeed as beautiful as I imagined. There I met the man whom I was to work for, Mr. Ngwa, a small man with a frightful look. Miss Linda smiled, and all I heard was package. The next was a huge sum of money being handed to her. I wondered where a man as cranky as Mr. Ngwa could get such huge amount of money. Giving it to Miss Linda with a smile on his face. But I didn't understand what happened as I found myself in a dark room, which I tried to get out to no avail. As I turned to check the room, I received the greatest shock of my life. I saw young girls, some pregnant, others pale and skinny. Later in the evening, a scary looking guy entered, holding something in his hand. I guess it was food. as the aroma caused my nose and intestine to dance to its tune. He dropped it on the floor, pushed it with his leg, and without a word, he walked out. Could it be poisoned? The other girls jumped on it like a cheetah on an antelope. Within a twinkle of an eye, they emptied the plate. Are they going to be fine? I wondered. The next day and night, 3 men came in. I could recognize only the scary looking guy. With no question, the scary looking guy pointed at me. They dragged me and fell on me. All I could feel was pain. They raped me brutally. My legs, my whole body ached.
Welcome back. Like I said, there are questions here for you. Mm. This is my most exciting part about this show. I just love when you have to pick, the guest has to pick questions because I have some random. Okay, so your first question. Okay.
If you had magical powers for a minute, what would you do? I think I'll fly. I've always wanted to know what it feels like flying.
Okay, your second question.
Let's see.
Oh, let's mark it.
Sorry. Imagine that you were poor and saw a box of money floating on a river. Will you grab it? No. I think it's suspicious I don't see money in the river. What if I grab it and disappear? Or something. We're living is very dangerous times.
Actually, person who actually grab it too.
It's scary. Yeah.
Yes.
It's scary.
Okay, your last question. Bigger question. Oh, no. Pick it.
What's the most calling point that attracts you a lot to your woman or man? Okay, in this case, to your man. I think it's just vision. That's all. No expatiate or anything. But I'm not going here.
Our viewers want to know. Tell us more.
Just vision. You said the question says
The most
the most calling points.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say otherwise. The most calling points.
Okay,
Vision.
so enlighten us
About what?
about the vision.
About the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the simple question: where do the person see himself in 5 years, 10 years? What does his life look like,
Mm-hmm.
and so on? I think that's the question that most youths these days, or most men, are not able to answer or able to know exactly their footsteps and stuff like that. So it's just about having focus in life, about getting what you want and sticking to it, and not falling into all these social media traps. So
Okay. Before we go, I have a couple of questions for you. I've not even gone half. Okay. So, how do you cope in a film industry that's mostly dominated by male?
is your question direct to directed to just as a producer or just
As a
generally?
producer?
Well, unfortunately, producing is not dominated by men. There are rather so many other female producers.
But I think majority
Yeah.
are men.
That's the filmmaking generally as a whole. Yes, it is dominated by men. Well, it's very challenging. But for someone like me, with my background, I grew up with mostly men, guys. right from playing, and my interest has been mostly directed to what guys would do. That's football, sports generally, and stuff like that. So I find it easier to work with a man than a woman. Yeah. So please don't kill me. I'm also a feminist. But I know feminists out there offending you, but I find it easier to work with the man. I think in filmmaking, there's a level of understanding that is easier for men to grab than women. But then in other aspects, like maybe this the sexual side of it, I'm in a position where I don't think I can be exploited sexually because that's the producer, and I'm mostly in the position of giving the orders on paying the cash. So if you are not comfortable or anything, you maybe just leave and move ahead with people that are there. But then for I can speak only for myself, but of course there are other rampant stuffs with other people, but it mostly affects actors than producers. So maybe the equation would really be good if really I was an actor.
Talking about sexual exploitation in the film industry,
Mm-hmm.
it is often rumored that producers and directors ask for sex in return for roles. Do you do that?
No, I don't ask for sex for it. It doesn't even sound right.
But
I
how
do
do you
not.
but how do you analyze this rumor?
Well, it is true. I cannot lie. It is true. Yeah. There are colleagues out there that do. There are some that are principled like I am, they don't. So it's really gonna depend on them personally or what they want. But in most cases, it's not really as we think. It's rather the actors that come to the directors to give them sex for a role. Because we're in an industry where producers and directors are more popular than actors these days. So the actors rather want to uh, get these roles by force, or maybe really they really want to get this role, so they bring throw themselves at the director and the producer. Sometimes it's a male, and then get the get the role. It depends on the director. If really he would like to take things twice, use your services and still use your body or anything. So it's on a personal level, personal decisions. Yes.
Okay, out of the movie industry now, let's come to you.
Alright.
What are your hobbies?
Well, I read, I play chess,
I know you're a lover of novels.
I play basketball, um, and most importantly, I watch movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal?
Favorite meal?
Meal. Food.
Well, to my people, sorry, it's not actual rice and stew, as simple as that.
So how can our viewers get to you?
Alright. I'm on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it as Afungfege Evita. Yes, so you can also get me on the number that's WhatsApp on 65490 3405. I repeat, 65490 3405. Or just get me on my email afungfegeevita@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for your time. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like our Facebook page, and don't forget to drop your comments. And meanwhile, I was dressed by Be Express and makeup by Sherry Smack. Thank you and keep watching. Ciao, ciao.